On Friday, February 20th, 2026, Rosendo and myself, NikkiPursuit, made my way to Camarillo Airport, home of the CAF SoCal Commemorative Air Force Wing. Located at 455 Aviation Drive in Camarillo, this historic site operates Thursday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays from 12 to 4 p.m. It's more than an airport, it's a preserved chapter of aviation history. Before we get into today's video, I want to highlight an event worth marking on your calendar: Wings Over Camarillo. Hosted at Camarillo Airport, this annual airshow celebrates the power, history, and beauty of flight, bringing together breathtaking aerial performances, historic warbirds, modern military aircraft, interactive ground displays, and family-friendly entertainment. From precision flying teams to vintage aircraft demonstrations, Wings Over Camarillo offers an unforgettable aviation experience for enthusiasts of all ages. Whether you're into fighters, bombers, or the aircraft that helped shape history, this is one event that truly brings the sky to life. I'll have ticket prices and details linked in the description so you can plan your visit. Now, let's get into the adventure. What you're looking at isn't just a tank, it's an M4 Sherman. Presented here in a dramatic breakthrough scene, this display captures the feeling of liberation. Designed to look as if the tank is crashing through a brick wall in a French village during World War II. It's cinematic, but the history behind it is very real. The M4 Sherman was the backbone of US armored forces during World War II. Nearly 50,000 were built, an astonishing number that helped overwhelm Axis forces through production, reliability, and adaptability. While it was often outmatched in raw firepower by heavier German tanks like the Tiger or Panther, the Sherman's strength wasn't just in armor thickness, it was in numbers, maneuverability, and mechanical dependability. Weighing between 33 and 38 tons, the Sherman was operated by a 5-man crew: commander, gunner, loader, driver, and assistant driver. It was typically armed with a 75mm main gun, though later versions carried a more powerful 76mm high-velocity cannon. On open roads, it could reach speeds between 24 and 30 miles per hour, fast for a machine of its size. The Sherman was also remarkably versatile. Its chassis served as the base for amphibious duplex drive tanks used during D-Day, mine-clearing Crab variants, and even flamethrower-equipped models known as Zippos. British forces gave it the name Sherman, after Civil War General William Tecumseh Sherman. It also earned a darker nickname, Ronson, due to early ammunition storage designs that made some versions prone to catching fire when struck. Later improvements addressed those dangers. Wet stowage ammunition storage dramatically reduced fire risk, and the introduction of horizontal volute spring suspension, known as HVSS, provided a smoother ride, leading to the well-known Easy 8 variant. The Sherman wasn't the heaviest tank of the war, it wasn't always the most heavily armored, but it became one of the most important, a symbol of industrial power, battlefield endurance, and the collective push that helped shape the outcome of World War II. There was also a Willys M38, commonly known as the Willys Jeep, a legendary World War II-era utility truck produced between 1941 and 1945. Formerly designated by the US Army as a 1/4-ton 4x4 command reconnaissance truck, it became one of the most iconic military vehicles in history. As well as the 1942 Harley-Davidson WLA, known as the Liberator, became one of the most recognizable motorcycles of World War II. Nicknamed for its role in the Allied liberation of Europe, more than 90,000 were produced for the US Army. Powered by a 45 cubic inch flathead V-twin engine, the WLA was used for reconnaissance, courier missions, military police work, and convoy escorts, making it a fast, reliable workhorse of the war effort. What makes this place stand out are its hangars. 2 original 15,000 square foot hangars still stand, along with a newer 32,800 square foot hangar that now serves as a museum space. One of the hangars functions as a maintenance and restoration facility, though it was closed off during our visit, reminding you that these aircraft aren't just exhibits. They're preserved, maintained, and in some cases still operational pieces of history. Camarillo's airport traces back to its days as a former Air Force base. The architecture, the scale of the hangars, and the layout all reflect its military origins. It's a place where the past hasn't been erased, it's been repurposed. The very next day, Saturday, February 21st, 2026, after getting off of work, the focus shifted from aviation to automotive culture with Ralph and myself, NikkiPursuit. The Oxnard car meet, hosted by Wolfwang's Finest and Miklos on Wheels, ran from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the OPAC parking lot located at 800 Hobson Way in Oxnard, California. All car clubs and solo riders were welcome. The rules were simple: no loud music, no burnouts, no alcohol, just cars, community, and respect. Oxnard was founded in 1903 as a sugar beet processing hub, but it didn't take long for car culture to take root. By the early 1900s, so-called road devils were already speeding through town streets. The Saviour's Road has also served as a cultural hub for cruising, lowriders, and customized cars since the 1970s. It became a gathering space, not just for vehicles, but for identity, craftsmanship, and community. The tradition runs deep here, and that energy still shows up at meets like this one. Over time, Oxnard evolved into a serious automotive destination. Today, it's home to a deep-rooted lowrider scene that has shaped Ventura County car culture for decades. As mentioned in previous videos, lowrider culture has deep roots right here in Southern California. It began in the 1940s and 1950s within Mexican-American communities in Los Angeles as a form of artistic expression and cultural pride. The philosophy was simple: low and slow. Instead of racing for speed, the goal was to cruise deliberately, letting the craftsmanship speak for itself. Builders customized their cars with intricate paintwork, murals, chrome detailing, plush interiors, and eventually hydraulic systems that allowed vehicles to raise and lower at the touch of a switch. What started as ingenuity, lowering suspensions with whatever tools were available, evolved into a recognized art form. And just like that, the Oxnard meet wrapped up. Engines cooling, conversations lingering, and another night of car culture in the books. To close it out, Ralph and I made our way over to Yo Mama Sushi in Camarillo, located at 4900 Verdugo Way in the plaza at Mission Oaks. After a long evening surrounded by chrome and horsepower, it was the perfect stop. Sushi rolls, teriyaki plates, and a laid-back atmosphere to wind everything down. From the meet to dinner, it was a solid end to the night. Good cars, good company, and a great way to cap it all off.